everyone. Welcome to Whispers of Truth. This is Belle, and I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I got inspired by this a few days ago because I ended up, or I don't know what happened, but the last couple of weeks, I just got this wild hair, and I just went into Barnes and Noble and I bought all kinds of tarot decks twice. When I didn't really have it in my budget to do so, but something was really pushing me to get these decks. And so I took some pictures that I'm going to be sharing here throughout the video of some of these different decks that I bought. And, I didn't even ended up being able to open some of them until today. And I've had some of them for, I guess, probably almost a week or more. And so the other day I was like, what am I doing with all these decks? What should I do? Blah, blah, blah. I was asking myself all these questions. And I got the inspiration, the angels are always with me and they're always talking to me. And I guess it was one of them that helped kind of get me to the conclusion of, that maybe posting some tarot readings and oracle readings specifically for the Starseeds and those who I'm meant to be helping with their journey on this spiritual path, for learning how to manifest, get into alignment and, center and balanced and, connecting with your true self and your soul in order to accomplish what your life's mission is, what we're meant to be doing here. So I know this isn't going to be your typical channel for tarot, because I'm not going to be, so far at least, I'm not going to be doing specific zodiac signs. These are going to be readings specifically for those who are meant to see them. They will be timeless. So whenever you see them is when you're meant to see them. And they will apply to you as they resonate. So when you hear a reading, it may mean something to you and it might mean something to someone else. And maybe other times, even if there's only 6 or 7 views, maybe it's not meant to be seen by the masses. Maybe it's meant for just those few who I'm meant to reach. So I'm not sweating the views or the likes or anything like that, although those would be nice too. Subscribing and hitting the bell, that would be cool. If you feel drawn and called to watch and learn and listen and contemplate some of my crazy ideas and thoughts, then rock on and let's do this. Not everything will resonate with everyone. We should all know that. That if this is your first time delving down this path, just know that the way oracle and tarot cards work, some people think, oh, they're evil because, whatever churches and religion and whatever deemed them evil. Well, that actually only happened, if you look up the history of tarot, the only reason that they got dubbed to be dark and evil is because there was a king who the tarot was actually, the king and queen of pentacles was actually added for them to represent them, the king and queen that they were using the cards for. The only reason he thought that they were evil is because the tarot predicted that a great war would happen and a lot of people would die if he went down this path, and that he wouldn't win, and that he would actually hurt his kingdom. And he didn't want to believe it because all the other readings were really accurate and really positive, and he was having a lot of victories, and so he thought he was on a roll and he was going to keep doing good. And instead, he didn't listen to the advice of just laying low and waiting, and he ended up getting really mad because the cards were right again and they predicted his fall. So after that, he dubbed the cards were evil. So anyway, that's just my little blurb about it. I won't be mentioning much of that in other readings, but let's delve into this. I did want to keep it to about 15 minutes if I can, so that way it's, doesn't take up too much of everybody's day, but, I want to try and get some messages across. So if I run a little bit longer, I do apologize. So this reading is specifically for chosen ones. If you feel that, you were brought to this reading for a reason, then you must be one of the chosen ones. And what I believe that means is chosen to help the world in a higher than normal calling. Maybe you're meant to help inspire others, help lift the vibration of the planet, help save children or animals, or who knows what your calling is. But we're going to be working on finding that out, and hopefully these cards and this reading will help you get some inspiration and ideas of what it means to you, and maybe it actually will resonate in a way that I won't even know. So let's get started. Because I'm trying to keep it to 15 minutes or so, and I take so long doing things, and these are new cards and I'm not familiar with all the meanings, I went ahead and I pre-shuffled, I asked the questions, I invited the angels, and I felt them and thanked them for being here and giving us these messages. So these messages are coming from the angels. It's not dark. I call on Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, and I believe I also called on Heniel out of nowhere. Raphael is one I usually call on. But when I was taking pictures for the video, I asked which cards, because these are all new decks except for a couple of them. And I was trying to connect with all of them really quick before I started using them. So that took a while. So I've been prepping for this for quite a few hours today already. So anyway, so I asked, where do they want me to have the cards showing on this new deck of mine that I've seen in Ashley's videos, Lieberland. Is it the Angel, Angel Tarot. And so Michael came out, and it's the Chariot. And so I felt like he was telling me, hurry up though, come on, get on with it. I'm being too much of a, what's it called, perfectionist. So I thought that was funny. I thought it was cool. It was Michael, because I always call on him, and boom, there he was. And then, look at here. I didn't even know this was there, but Raphael and Gabriel, I call on them all the time. And look, Heniel, I just said that. So there's my angels. They're here. That to me is a sign as well. This is literally, I opened the deck to take the picture and get ready to use them for whatever reading I'm doing next, because I'm going to try and do a few. And then this other one, Huaya, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he's the Knight of Wands. He came up. God, the good in himself. Let me see, I haven't even read this. Prosperous, prevents discovery of, I can't see it, sorry. Secret crimes. Saves exiles. Ooh. All right. Well, that'll be coming up in another reading. Anyway, let's get started. So I went ahead and asked the angels. This is for the chosen ones. The path and the mission, working on the missions that we're doing, and our assignments. And so basically, the spread that I did is, the first card is where you are now. Second one is what's crossing you. Third one is what lies at the heart, or your heart. And 4, what can shift things on. 5 is the outcome. And then I added an advice card, excuse me, which is the 7 of Wands. And then I looked at the bottom of the deck just to see what was there, and it was the Chariot, Apollo. So I believe that whatever it is that we're all working on and meant to work on is coming in fast. So whatever you're manifesting, whatever you've been creating and thinking of, it's coming in fast. So we got to get in alignment, and we got to make sure that we're working on the things that we truly want and not our fears, as discussed in other videos. So now the first card here that we got is 7 of Cups, and that's a Hesperus. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I'm going to do my best with all of these names. Again, this is a new deck to me. This is the Mythos Tarot, and this is very, very new to me. I got this one a couple weeks ago, and I used it a couple times, and that was it, but not really for a full reading. So now I looked up the meaning of this, and Hesperus was the god of the evening star, and he was the personification of the evening star. And he's here because he's basically saying that we're searching for a purpose. So we're trying to find our purpose. So that's kind of it goes hand in hand with the chosen ones and, what we're meant to be doing. So I thought that was pretty cool. So he's here saying, like, where you are now is you are searching for your purpose. You're searching for your life meaning, your choices, your daydreaming. You might be having some indecision about what you really want, and you might even be in a bit of illusionment. And so he's here to say, like, remain realistic in your goals and your dreams and facing the realities of your current situation. So the way I took that for us to be working on manifesting. Okay, so now, and if you see my nails, they look horrible. I'm sorry. I haven't had a manicure, time for manicure in quite a few months. This job has me working 12 hours a day lately. So for the last 2 weeks, I haven't had much time off. And the only time off I've had was calling in sick and going to the doctors to get a note. But it's all been for very good reasons. So here you can see the Seven of Cups. He basically is telling us that if we remain realistic in our goals and our dreams. So let's say for our manifesting. Okay, so now they say if you're just starting out on manifesting and you're just wanting to, like, let's say you want to improve your finances, right? You want those millions that you're meant to have, or whatever it is. Yeah, you could go and, like, work on manifesting millions. Like, when I first started out, I was trying to manifest like 12 million or more from Publishers Clearinghouse specifically. And, and found out later on that that's like counterproductive, because I was limiting the universe to only give it to me in that one way, instead of a million trillion different ways that the universe can bring us money. There's so many different ways. So it was like I was limiting the way it would come. And so I made it harder for it to come. And because I was manifesting such a large amount, it made it to where it was so unrealistic that my mind, my core beliefs in the back of my head, I'm probably not even realizing I was stifling my abundance and my manifesting, because I was convincing myself that I couldn't do it because I was reaching for such an unattainable amount off the bat. So take baby steps is what I'm getting at. Work on something that's a little bit more realistic, that, is a little bit more believable to your mind, but try not to limit yourself on how it comes to you. I've been working on that myself lately, and it's been showing up in all these really cool, amazing ways. Like other people at work, because I'm in the union, they actually saw that there's injustices that were being done, and they went and, like, they're filing grievances that I didn't even know about. Somebody had to tell me. They were like, it was like, he said, she said kind of thing. It kind of like traveled. And a gal came up to me the other day and said, hey, guess what? You're getting paid all these extra hours and all this extra time and blah, blah, blah. And because they cheated you and they messed your schedule up and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, I didn't even know. And so money has just been coming to me from weird ways. Like somebody who I never thought would give me money, like all of a sudden just, gifted me money, like a large amount. And so it's just been coming in these really cool ways. And so I'm pretty excited. And, I have larger goals now because I know where the sweet spot is. So all I'm saying is get started with your baby steps and start convincing your brain and your mind that, hey, I can do this. And, just start proving it to yourself. Hey, look, if I can manifest $5, I can manifest $20, I can manifest, and then get larger and larger, and it'll get easier and easier, and you'll get more and more in alignment. All right. So the rest of my notes here that I wrote about the card is remain realistic in your goals and dreams, facing the realities of your current situation. That's coming to terms with it and saying, what, it's okay though, because, such and such may be going on, but, don't spend too much time thinking about it, but go ahead and face where you're at and say, but it's okay, because I know from past that things always get better for me no matter what. No matter what, everything always works out for me, right? So no matter what it is that you're dealing with, know that everything always gets better. You're here for a purpose, you're here for a reason, and the universe has your back, and so do the angels. That's why you're here. All right, and then don't let yourself become overwhelmed, and just make the best choices by separating fantasy from reality. Like when you're manifesting something. I saw a video one day where the gentleman was explaining his way of manifesting, and then he basically was even talking about the bills that come with the house that he was manifesting, and like he was doing all this research to find out exactly how much everything cost. And I was like, oh my god, like he's creating the debt for the house before he even has the house, so he's calling on more debt. And I just thought, oh, heck no, I ain't going that intense and deep with it, because I know that once I get that house the way that I manifest it, that house isn't going to be like, all these same kind of expenses that the previous owner may have had. Because, I wound up where I walk into blessings, I walk into things. So, like where I'm at right now, somehow the universe gave me where my utilities for my power bill is only $22 a month, no matter how much electricity I use. So that's blew my mind. So things like that, so I don't try to manifest that deep with what I'm manifesting, because then, it's easier to manifest death than it is to manifest, like the nice shit. Pardon my language, but you know what I mean. So anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked. We're already running 2 minutes over. All right, so what's causing you is the world. And that is basically anything and everything that you want. And what's causing you is usually, that means like what's before you, what's yours at the taking, like what's on your mind. So you're sitting here with the Hesper's Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is he has so many choices, he doesn't know what to choose. And so the world is causing you, saying like, woohoo, the world is your oyster, so all you got to do is put in your order. So, don't let yourself become overwhelmed, but just know that anything you want, you can have, and just, start working on one thing at a time. Get organized. All right, so 3, we have the Hierophant and what lies at your heart. And this is Dionysus. So he's representing rebellion, subversiveness, new approaches, chaos, open unconventionality, nonconformity. He's here to tempt you to break free from the shackles of convention. And you may be feeling restricted and constrained by structures and rules. He's here to help you break free. So think for yourself and do what is right for you. Open your mind while still being generous and kind to others. So this is a different one for the Hierophant. So he's the rebel. And so that means that you have everything you need within to have whatever it is right for you. So regardless of what other people may think, some people want to just stay at home and write children's books and or go on a sabbatical or go travel the world, and other people may think they're crazy. Like when I did that, people thought I was freaking nuts, and I was like, well, I'm going to go explore the world. And I went and I moved to Italy. Just up and moved. My animals, everything. We moved. I was gone. Excuse me. I've been smoking too much the last couple days. My job has me stressed out. Good old matrix stuff. Oops, pardon me. All right, so now moving on, we have the Six of Cups. This is the 4th position. What can shift things on? So wherever you're stuck, whatever you're having issues with, if you're having issues with your manifesting, one of the best things to do that is it helps raise your vibration. And sorry, I got a hair in my mouth. It's what raises my vibration is happiness and joy. And so Menemsine, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, Menemsine, she's with familiarity, happy, and childhood memories. So happy memories, childhood memories, healing, family. Family may be strong on your mind. So basically, she's here to tell you to find joy reconnect with things and people, family, whatever it is that makes you happy. Any kind of hobbies or self-love, self-care things that you used to do, maybe like say you used to pamper yourself, like pedicures, manicures, for instance. I used to do that too all the time. So just different things, whatever it is that helps you feel good about yourself, helps you feel loved, and honor the goddess or God that you are within, and just find joy in everything and be happy. I wanted to talk about in another video when I was discussing about our feelings, our emotions, and things that basically are shaping our reality. So when we're happy, we're setting the stage for our next segment in life. We're calling in more happiness. So I wanted to talk about briefly, I'll just bring it up here briefly, that basically, as far as our emotions go, when we react to things, if something happens that you don't want to happen again, then just take 2 steps. Just take a deep breath, just take a beat, and just remember how you react to that is going to determine when and where, if it's going to happen again. So when I say when and where, I don't mean specifically. I mean like the higher and more intense your reaction. Like say you have a negative reaction towards something, and your energy goes woo, your frequency and your vibration goes all high and out of whack, like anger or frustration or whatever it is. You literally just lit the fuse for it to happen again, something to bring that out of you again. So the way we react, our emotions, it has a huge impact on our manifestations. So I wanted to point that out in a previous video. I failed to mention it, and so I'm gonna bring that up. Anyway, okay, so now so just reconnect with those things that make you happy. If you're trying to manifest friends, lover, family, then just remember the times that you had good friends and family around you, and try not to let it get you sad, but remember the good stuff, and you'll be able to attract that and call that in more easily. And you can actually set your intention to the universe saying, I want more friends that are like such and such, and you can actually attract that into your life. And then also, as far as your hobbies and things, those are actually ways that you can actually connect with your soul and your spirit, and it helps you get more into that happy, sweet spot. So you can find that sweet spot a little bit easier when you get into alignment with being happy. You raise your vibration, and then it's easier. Boom, boom, your manifestations can pop. All right, and then your outcome, you got the Knight of Coins, which I think that's really cool. Even on like a traditional tarot deck, that's money, baby. That's somebody bringing you money. Knight would be somebody charging in, bringing the coins. So your outcome by being happy, deciding what you want, not getting overwhelmed, get organized and decide what you want, and start envisioning something realistic that you can wrap your mind around, that you can attain, that's not hugely impossible. And basically your outcome is it's going to happen. He is one of 4 seasonal gods. This is Zephyros. Again, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Zephyros, he was one of 4 seasonal wind gods. So when I read that, the first thing I thought of was like, whoosh, that chariot. Look at, I didn't even know the chariot was there, but the chariot is bringing it in super fast. So the Knight of Coins, that money is going to come fast. That joy, that happiness, that home, whatever it is, that job, whatever it is that you're manifesting, that family, that happiness, whatever makes your heart sing, helping the world, helping animals, whatever it is, it's going to come in fast. So just get into alignment with what you want. So getting happy brings it in faster. That chariot is there to help us remember that, and to know that it will come in fast. Now, our advice with the 7 of Wands, I wanted to read this one actually. Sorry, the Knight of Coins. Let me go back a little bit. I didn't finish all my notes. But basically, he was saying efficiency, hard work, responsibility, loyalty, and small goals. So it's kind of the same thing I said about goals. Get organized, stay loyal to yourself, stay loyal to your goals, know that you can do it, release the fears, have no fears, take responsibility, know that the good and the bad of, what you've declared good or bad, good, bad, right or wrong, it's all part of our creation, and we're just learning, and it doesn't, we all do it. So don't beat yourself up because, taking responsibility for everything helps you excel faster at manifesting. So that doesn't mean you have to go around telling everybody, oh yeah, I fucked up. Oh, pardon my language. But it just means that you're honest with yourself and you say, wow, you know what? I did create my nightmares because I remember declaring such and such fear one day, and oh my gosh. And so you recognize those vibrational patterns, and you learn from them, and you remember them, and you say, oh, don't go there again. And so when it starts coming up again, you stop it, you squish it, and you flip it around, and you get happy. And you think of the good stuff, put on good music, things like that. Release, release, release. Forgive yourself, and release everything. Release the pain. All right, move forward. In order to move forward, you have to let go of the past. All right, so our advice for the Seven of Wands, she's been sitting here this whole time. Beautiful. She is the goddess of safety, salvation, and deliverance. Now this one I wanted to read. Oh, I was going to put a marker and I forgot. Here it is. Awesome. Just really quick, I just wanted to read this for you guys. She is a figure in the lore of the gods. She was a mysterious figure in the lore of the gods. Soteria was the goddess of safety and preservation from harm, her name being invoked as a sanctuary. So perseverance, it's getting dark here. Defensiveness, maintaining control, setting boundaries, and challenge. You may be finding unexpected competition in your life, that perhaps you are the subject of another person's envy. Soteria, the goddess of safety and salvation, is here for an extra layer of protection against those who wish to challenge you. Find sanctuary within her calming arms because she knows you have the stamina and strength to such an inspirational force that you can find the same strength within yourself to keep your footing steady through this fast momentum. Whatever you turn yourself to will take off at tremendous speed, so it is time to utilize this force. You may be very busy, but it's the good kind of busy that keeps you enthusiastic and happy at the progress you're making. Be careful of being swept off your feet by someone in your life. It could be a whirlwind holiday romance or a strong connection that takes off quickly. All right, so the advice, let me just make sure. Oh, nope. I read the wrong ending. I flipped 2 pages, my bad. Wow, well, that was obviously meant to come out for somebody to hear. So nothing happens on accident. So that was meant for someone to hear that. So whoever that was meant for, there you go. But the actual backside of this page, let me see. That's so crazy that happened. And I had a feeling it did too. It was weird. But I felt it. It was meant to be read. Find sanctuary within her calming arms because she knows you have the stamina and strength to withhold, endure, and overcome, and is here to lend her own defensive strength. This is a sign to hold your ground and stay true to your beliefs and what you value most. Okay, so that was the Seven of Wands and Soteria. So now I also wanted to make a side note about the image of this card. Okay, now for those of you who are new to tarot and oracle readings, symbols and pictures and things on the cards all have something to do with the message as well. So it may not be written in the pages, but it has some kind of symbolic meaning. So I want to point out the rabbit. Now the rabbit, that symbolizes a new path. That symbolizes that you have a calling, and that symbolizes that you are on the right path. So keep going, and don't hesitate. You are meant to go down this journey, and you're meant. Look at the wand in her hand. She has that magic wand. You have magic, protection, and you have a new path. You have a calling. You came to this reading for a reason, and here you go. So I'm excited. I don't know who this reading was for or how many people, but if you want to go ahead and comment about it, I would love to hear more, and let me know how that resonated for you. Sorry if I get a bit annoying in some ways, but that also has a reason and a meaning too. So remember the mirroring video. So if something I did annoyed you, then that means there's something within you that you are annoyed by that you do. And it's just being reflected here as a way for you to work on healing it. Love every part of yourself, no matter what it is. And don't reject any part of yourself, because remember, that's how we lose parts of our soul. When we judge others, we judge ourselves. We're not judging them. So it actually hurts ourselves more. I don't know why that came out at this time, but apparently that was meant to come out as well. So weird. If you're on the same page as me on coincidences and believing that things happen for a reason, then you'll understand why I'm tripping out on that kind of stuff. But just so you know, I'm really happy that you joined me here, and I'm looking forward to going down this path with you guys. I'm looking forward to learning more about you and what I can help you with. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Ciao.